Hi folks, how are you doing? The third round of the chess Olympiad in Tromsø is in the books, and let us see some interesting games from there. Starting with the game which played Magnus Carlsen, the world chess champion, with white pieces. He was today playing against Djukic from Montenegro, rated 25-21, not an amateur at all. There it goes, he plays e4, and Djukic plays the Scandinavian d5. Now it's been a while since I last saw Scandinavian defense on top level. I don't remember even who it was. I remember a blitz game of Karyakin versus Nakamura some years ago, but can't really remember any more Scandinavians at the top level, so I guess it's for some reason. Knight c3, of course, the very main line, and here, there is Queen a5 as the most popular move. Queen d6 is also possible. But here Djukic from Montenegro goes Queen d8, the paradoxical move, just retiring it back. Here Magnus plays simple developing moves, just d4, knight f6, knight f3, bishop g4, and Carlsen asks this bishop about his intentions. Black took immediately. Otherwise, this is, I think, quite normal in the Scandinavian. If black pins the bishop this way, the knight this way, and doesn't take, white plays h3, g4, and with knight d5 gets great initiative with lots of space here. He doesn't care about the weaknesses here. He has all the initiative here in the world, so it's better, I think, after h3 just to take. And after queen takes f3, we have a couple of hanging pawns, the one on d4, but of course on the black pawn on b7 is more important, more dangerous for black, so he defends it with c6. Now Carlsen goes back to defend his own pawn on d4 with queen d3. According to the database, bishop e3 here is much more popular, I assume, with ideas castling long. This is very natural as well, but nothing wrong with queen d3, just a move. Now some simple developing moves. e3, Carlsen decides to fianchetto his light square bishop on g2, playing g3, knight to bd7, and bishop to d6. Both players castle short. And now Carlsen plays a3, probably to avoid bishop b4 at some point, but really not that sure about this move. But okay, just a move, can't be a bad one in this kind of quiet position. He's just choosing his plan. Black plays simple moves, queen c7, rook to d1, rook a d8. Centralization is very important. And now Carlsen decides to fianchetto his other bishop too. It's going to go to b2 apparently. So rook f2 e8. Black is following all the rules of classical development. Bishop b2. And now a6 by black. Knight e2. Probably Carlsen wants to play c4 and have a great center there, of course. But black is on time to play a very cool reaction in the center, e5. Very timely reaction. c4, e takes, knight takes, and so far black really doing fine. I mean, he has developed all his pieces, no weaknesses, both rooks on central columns, so nothing bad for black here going on yet. In fact, bishop e5 is a cool move, pinning the knight against the bishop, also having the possibility of some discovered pins here on the d file, so queen c2 fixes both problems. Now c5, knight back to f3, and Djukic exchanges on b2 and puts the knight on f8. Probably, I guess, to go with the idea to go to e6, try to go to d4 with a strong position there. That could be an idea. Also g6 is a possibility. Now we'll see. Now knight h4 is giving bishop lots of freedom here. And also I think knight f5 with some ideas, even to go back to e3 to try to jump to d5. But on f5 it wouldn't be a bad piece, the knight. Knight g6, offering the exchange there, but Carlsen goes to f5. And after knight to e7, he goes back to e3. Not a bad piece. This knight here has some light squares here available in the center. b6, black is playing solid. And Carlsen tries to open up here a little the queen side, playing b4. Knight c6. Some rooks are exchanged here. And now rook b1. Carlsen tries to focus on the queen side. C takes b4. And now knight to e5. Attacking c4. White defense with queen c3. And here a move which seems rather active. Rook d3. Very tempting to attack the queen here. But in fact, it seems it's giving white the initiative, because with the simple move queen to a1, white is attacking the pawn on a6. And here, I think Nikola Djukic loses the track a little. He just goes very aggressive. His position is a little bit uncomfortable, but he just goes over aggressive here. He plays h5, trying to create something on the king side, trying to attack something, but Carlsen very calmly, very cold-blooded, takes the pawn on a6, h4, g4, black goes rook t2, but Carlsen will show in a few moves that black has nothing to do there. B takes and b5. White has a very strong b pawn, passed pawn, which is willing to march, and black is obliged to go back to regroup his pieces to try to stop the attack of this pawn. b6, queen to f4, of course attacking f2. Carlsen defends that first with a check on a8, and then offers a queen exchange on f3, which is accepted. But this pawn is really too strong here, and this is a matter of technique, whether white will be able to win this position or not. This is a very crucial point, the b pawn. Rook goes to d4, b7, and goes to b4, attacking the pawn, attacking the rook, trying to get it, trying to control the passed pawn with the rook. But simple moves, rook d1, of course the pawn is untouchable, the bishop is protecting. Black tries to attack the protector, the bishop, but it just goes back. Knight f to d7, controlling the promotion square also with the knight. Now knight c2, rook to f4. Beautiful tactical threat here with the rook on d5. This knight is simply overloaded. If it was white to play, he would take here because the knight cannot take. Pawn on b8 would promote, so f6 to at least protect the knight on e5, but white takes on c5. Once again, black cannot take because white promotes. The knight was the piece protecting that b8 square. So after knight rook takes c5, black played rook b8, but after rook to c8 the game was over. Black resigned, and Magnus Carlsen scores his first victory in Tromsø Olympiad. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, of course white's huge passed pawn is a brutal force here. If black tries to defend his knight on b8 with knight to d7, there is this cute idea with bishop f1 trying to check black here, causing some troubles. And if black just plays a move, just something, say rook a4, bishop d3 check, black could even go into beautiful checkmate if plays king h6. Sorry, we have king g5, rook h5, and checkmate with rook f5, a cute checkmate. And if after bishop d3 g6, which seems more logical, bishop b5 is very strong, attacking both the knight here and the rook. So the game is obviously over. White wins, and there it goes, the first victory for the world champion in his homeland Olympiad in the third round against Nikola Djukic from Montenegro. Thanks for watching.